I would say always be honest. They can tell when you're lying. They can feel it. They just want the truth. What is it that you're doing, mommy, and why do you do it? And then 2, educate yourself first so that you can talk to them about it. And I always say you don't know anything well enough if you can't teach it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to What's Your Spark with me, your girl, Jordin Sparks. My guest today is a force to be reckoned with. She's a TV and podcast host, athlete, mom, and business consultant, amongst all the things. She founded Cannabis, Cutie, Education in 2020 to provide meaningful conversations and engaging and accessible cannabis education. An advocate for things she's passionate about, she uses her voice to bring thought and insight into spaces that might not have ever heard what she had to say. She is someone who walks into a room knowing exactly who she is. She's breaking down doors, stigma, and shattering high glass ceilings. You'd be lucky to have a human like her in your corner. Please welcome my friend, Tammy Pettigrew.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for the amazing introduction.
You're welcome. I'm so grateful that you came today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. You are an amazing person. It was so cool because we got introduced through Dana, my husband. And when we had that first time where we actually really just got to sit and talk, it was really cool to find someone who was so like-minded and very similar in thought, and also in how you carry yourself. And I just I love this girl. She is awesome. But let me get into how people may recognize you. Tell me about Cannabis Cutie and how that started. Like, what drew you to this?
Oh, Cannabis Cutie. So that was just kind of, I had been talking about the cannabis plant to my friends and family for over a decade.
Okay.
And they were tired. So I took it.
We're like, all right, Tim.
Yeah. So I started posting on my personal Instagram. And that's when one of my friends was like, hey, you should start a cannabis Instagram. So I did. And I was just making like videos in my car, 59 seconds, because that's all you could do on Instagram at the time.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. So I was having to educate as much as I could in 59 seconds. And it really helped me learn how to teach simply and concise. And then eventually it just kind of took off, especially with the pandemic. Everybody was at home using cannabis and didn't know much about it. So I was all of a sudden in demand. And that's kind of how it all started.
That's the best, though. It happened so organically.
Organically.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so why did you want to break down the stigma behind cannabis and being a professional and a woman and a mom? Like,
gosh, okay, so cannabis always had this stigma, especially growing up in Oklahoma in the South. It was comparable to crack.
Sure. Yeah.
And so I stayed away from it. I listened to the DARE program. I was a star student. That lion that used to come, like, I'm going to make you proud. And so I go to a Division I university, Oklahoma State. I get a scholarship. I don't do any drugs and I drink here and there, but I ended up on academic probation with a 0.87 GPA. It's possible. Less than 1.0. I did it. Always doing the impossible. And the kid on my floor who made the honor roll, the sole kid on my floor, was the resident pothead.
Oh, I love it.
It's like the DARE program. It's like the spider meme. Like, you're supposed to be on academic probation, not me.
Yeah, like, what is this?
Like, you're a drug addict.
Yes.
But so the second semester, he finally convinced me after the first semester of not being successful.
Yeah.
Tried it second semester and literally, like, I was happier. I had a better outlook on the world. I could sleep. It was just like something within me had to open. And from that moment on in 2008 till today, I have not stopped talking about the benefits. And then when I found out about the science, it was game over.
Okay, wait. So the science just really drew you in.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it. Like, what is something that someone would not really know about it if they're just like, oh, it's cannabis, it's marijuana?
Well, they wouldn't know that their body makes weed.
Oh,
yeah. Your body actually does make the runner's high.
Okay.
Is not endorphins. Endorphins are too big of a molecule to cross the blood-brain barrier. It's actually your body's own version of THC. And when it's at high levels of stress, it just dumps it to calm you down and relax you. And just like the human body, what we need, nature supplements with. So that's what cannabinoids give us the ability to do if we don't produce enough on our own.
You hear that? You hear that, people? Listen to the science. Listen to how it opens everything up.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like,
it's an insane fact.
I never knew that, actually. So thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
So when you do all of your educating and when you do your speaking events,
yeah,
what is the question that you get the most? This is a random one that I just thought up of. What is the question that you get the most?
Ooh, I get a variety. There's a lot of people who do come with open minds and are saying, hey, I want to connect more to my family member who I believe is an addict. Why would she be using this plant all the time? Also, by the way, she has lupus. And then it's like an easy way to explain, well, your body naturally produces this unless you're not in a balanced state, which we call homeostasis in the science world. And this plant can help bring us back to homeostasis because, again, the system in our body that does make weed, that does communicate with the plant, it rules all the other systems in the body. So your appetite, your temperature, your sleep, fertility, it's all ruled by this system. And if the system is out of whack, then your body is not operating in its best way that it can. So people with autoimmune disorders definitely benefit from using the plant. And then there's just people who want to understand how one product can help 10 different ailments. Like it sounds like snake oil.
Yeah.
So also explaining like this system in the body that is a neurotransmitter system, it can communicate. And there's so many different strains. You have to figure out, you have to play your own doctor and figure out what works best with you. For me, anything that smells like orange is not going to help me.
Okay.
In fact, it's going to make me feel worse.
Why is that? With that specific for you, sorry.
Well, I think I might be allergic to citrus.
Oh, dang. Well, okay, that would do it.
It was the plant that taught me that because I was even with a friend eating oranges and like sneezing and snotting. My friend's like, why are you eating this? You're clearly allergic. And I was like, I might be. So the plant has taught me that as well.
Okay.
But doctors don't learn about this. They don't know much about it in medical schools. Their goal is, one, problem, one ingredient that we're going to give you, one pill. Two problems, two different pills.
Which are also Band-Aids.
Yes.
Because it doesn't seek the root of the problem.
Exactly. So they're just one indication or one problem, one molecule. And the cannabis plant has hundreds. They don't quite understand it. So we're kind of left to our own to figure it out.
I also think it's such a pretty plant.
It's like gorgeous.
I love plants.
So pretty.
So pretty. They're so pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you have two beautiful kids and they're amazing and they're your entire world. So I know that this is something that they know that you're a part of and that you do. So how did that conversation come about? And what tips would you have for other parents trying to kind of have that conversation with their kids, whether they're consuming or not?
Yeah. Okay, so I did it in the most organic way possible. During the pandemic, everybody was growing food and fruits, and including us. We had fruit trees, and then we were growing some herbs and things on the side. And I also was growing my own cannabis plants.
Smart.
And so at the end of the harvest, I asked my kids, like, what was the difference between these plants and these plants?
Oh, that's good.
They're like, only you could touch those. I was like, right.
Only mommy gets to harvest these.
Right. But was there anything scary or different? They're like, no, just water and sunshine. I was like, exactly. There's going to be a police officer that comes to your school, probably with a lion mascot, that's going to tell you different. Number one, you cannot correct him.
Right.
Just sit there and be quiet. But number two, this plant helps people who have cancer. It helps them eat. It helps people who have a lot of pain like mommy and gives them less pain. It helps people who can't sleep well.
Yeah.
But it's not for you until you're old enough and your brain can manage
the
altered states of being, right? Because it's not going to cause brain damage, but you also don't want to give young people the ability to alter their state before they know how to emotionally regulate.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
So I talked to this day, my daughter's in high school. She's very much curious, but she knows it's not time. So I'm very on them about that. But that was really how it came down to, just showing that it grows with water and sunlight and it is not evil, even if they tell you it is.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting that answer to be, but that is so... That is so great because really, I mean, if we're looking at the sun as the thing that grows everything that we could need and the earth provides it all, like, I love that.
It's just a plant.
I am blown away by that. Does your son feel the same way? Are they of similar mind?
He doesn't really care. He knows it's a plant. He saw it grow.
He's
he
like,
just has
whatever.
no interest. They do tell me what the DARE program says, like. Some of the stories that they tell I'm like, that sounds like a person who was drunk on alcohol. Like, I'm sorry, but that was not.
That's the wrong symptoms there. Do you have any tips for parents that are trying to kind of manage that conversation? Like, I know it can be daunting if you don't have experience with it or you don't have friends who can educate you about it. So if if a kid walked in and the parent knew or smelled how loud they were.
Yes.
What kind of tips would you give them to kind of navigate that?
Oh man, with kids, I would say always be honest. They
I
can
agree.
tell when you're lying. They can feel it. They just want the truth. What
Yeah,
is it that
yeah.
you're doing, mommy, and why do you do it?
Mm.
What benefits does it give you? So that's my number one tip. And then two, educate yourself first so that you can talk to them about it. And I always say you don't know anything well enough if you can't teach it.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
good point.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very good point. I
Yeah.
better brush up on all of my facts. I gotta brush up on everything. How does cannabis help you?
Ooh, so much. So I do have an autoimmune disorder.
Mhm.
I was undiagnosed up until a couple years ago, but experiencing symptoms. So for me, how it changed my life because I was struggling with pain and with
Mhm.
sleep issues and anxiety of is my body going to fail me?
Yeah.
So it
Ugh.
helped me in that manner so much. And now that I am using pharmaceuticals, I do consume less cannabis.
Mhm.
But before it got me through
So
up
much.
until the mystery was solved. Yeah.
Wow, man, and you went
Yeah.
undiagnosed for a long time even though you were presenting,
Yeah,
like,
but
symptoms.
I have ankylosing spondylitis, and 90% of the research has only been done in white males,
Oh,
so they don't really know how it presents
right,
in
how would it
women
affect you? Yeah.
or Black women. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
What does that cause, if I may ask?
Ooh, it's,
I know we've talked about it before,
yeah,
but I
it's,
let
the
them know.
body just attacking all the soft tissues. So it's majority spine for
Mhm.
men, but
Okay.
for women, it's like hips, knees,
Mm,
ankles, elbows,
all the
shoulders,
joints.
and eyes. And for me, also inner ear. So
Really?
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know that. I mean, I know
yeah,
you had mentioned it before about
yeah.
the spine, but I didn't know the inner ear, that's like
Yeah, I used to get vertigo all the time because my inner
oh.
ears would be inflamed. So no balance, no hearing. Yeah, gross. Just
Just say gross.
vomiting. It was the worst. It's not a typical symptom
Mhm.
of AS. AS is your spine is fusing together into one big piece,
Oof,
which is
man.
very prevalent in the men, but the women it presents a little bit differently. Yeah, so I do
Wow.
have some fusing in my back for sure, but the other, like my eyes, my
Mhm.
eyeballs being swollen,
You said I was not ready for that.
was not ready for it at
Oh
all.
my gosh. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad that it's the mystery has been solved, and
Yes,
I'm
it
glad that
has.
you've gotten help through both things, the cannabis and
Yeah.
the pharmaceuticals as well. Okay, let's
Yeah.
let's pivot for a second
Yes.
because you and I both have a history with the NFL.
Yes.
And we both love sports, and I love our
I love
conversations when we get to talk
sports.
about it.
Yes.
I also did beat her first week of fantasy
You did
football
beat
this
me.
year. So,
Yes.
okay. But I want to know, well, just tell me about your love of the NFL and like
Yeah.
how your knowledge of it has evolved over the years.
Gosh, I love football so much. So I was an NFL wife. That's
Mhm.
where my love began. I didn't know a thing about football up until that point, and I made it my mission to understand what it was that my spouse was doing. And he would say that I learned the game better than he knew it.
I love that.
Yeah,
Because,
so
yes.
right, you don't know anything well enough unless you can teach it. So, even though we're divorced, I still love the game, still
Of
love
course.
to
Yeah.
watch, still love to teach my friends how to watch the games. We play fantasy football
Yes.
together 2 years in a
Yes.
row. So for me, it's part of what I got into it was to help families understand that cannabis is a really good option for these players who have headaches and issues with sleeping and
Yes.
irritability and
Yes.
depression. And even for the women who have to deal with all of the stress that comes with being a wife. Like people don't understand when your husband gets traded, they have to report within 24 hours. And now you get to pack up the house, change the schools, move the
See?
cars. Like it's a lot of work. And then CBD is a neuroprotectant. So talking to the families, if your kid is going to play football, can we protect his brain with CBD? It's benign. It's the least that we could at least try. We don't have studies that says it will protect their brains, but we do know that the government had a patent on CBD as a neuroprotectant
Okay.
while they were also telling us it was bad for the brain. So
Yeah. I rest my case.
yeah. Yeah.
No, that's amazing. I feel the same way, and I always thought that too because my dad played.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like the same amount of years too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it was at a different time in my life. I was really young when my dad
Mhm.
played, so I just remember watching him on the field, and he was defense. He played corner, so he would hit
Oh,
hard. It's
yeah.
definitely a different NFL now than it was then,
Yeah.
and he would hit hard. And all I remember as a kid is seeing my dad play and hit, and sometimes not stand back up.
Yeah.
And then
Oof.
eventually my brother played as well, and he was running back, so he
Ooh,
got
yeah.
hit. So
Oh, yeah.
being able to watch them and then the injuries they sustain and how they have to just keep pressing forward and like
Mhm.
this is your timeline of getting ready and you need to be ready at this time or
Yeah.
there's other people waiting to take your
Exactly.
spot.
Exactly.
And I really do feel like it is such it is such a not lost cause, but it's such a shame that it's been so demonized that
Yeah.
we're not even giving it the opportunity to help these players and
Right.
help them either in their recovery or, like you said, with the brain. And you can protect it all you want on the outside, but my dad said, he goes, you can protect it all you want on the outside, but the yolk is still going to shake if it gets hit.
Oh yeah, that's a brick wall it's smacking into.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can put as many things, however big the helmets you want to make them, it's still going to shake against the inside. So being able to give them an alternative, something that's not going to build up in their body and like bite them in the long run. Because my dad went through everything. He broke both feet, both wrists, both hands. He tore his Achilles, his calf, his quad, the hits on his head. And like, then they didn't know all this stuff or it wasn't approved. So for him, the buildup of the pharmaceuticals and the shots and all of those things add up eventually.
Oh yeah.
And I know that I wouldn't question it.
Yeah.
You want to partake in that, right? Please.
Absolutely.
Please do.
Yeah. NFL athletes are more likely than the general population to become addicted to painkillers because of the injuries and the accessibility to the painkillers.
Yes. And I was talking to my dad. He came to visit DJ for Grandparents' Day. So he stayed for a little bit. And we had a nice conversation that we hadn't really had a chance to have in a long time. And he was like, we're also taught, to swallow it. We're not taught to really say how badly we are hurt because of those circumstances. Like, well, they're going to come play if you're not going to. Like, it's such a manipulative way to do things. And he was like, even now it's really hard for me to say that if I'm really hurting or if there's something really wrong. Yeah. And I'm like, please, Dad, don't do that. Like, don't do that now.
The culture. The culture of the NFL, there's a difference between being hurt and being injured. And if you're hurt, you play. Or like you said, your backup is ready to go whenever you're not.
Yep. And so it's just so crazy. So I'm really glad that you're such an advocate for this, because I really feel that it's so important, and it's been so wrongly demonized. And I feel like people listening to this podcast, especially with me speaking about this, I feel like they're gonna be very surprised to hear me saying this. But I also think that it's good to have those perspectives, because you don't know. I would rather try something that's natural from the earth than diving into an orange bottle first. You know what I mean?
That's the part. I mean, they've done a good job in making a plant this demonic thing that is harmful, when our body quite literally knows how to communicate with it, which means that we had to have evolved together, or else our bodies in this plant would not be able to communicate. So yeah, that's a big part of my mission. People would be shocked that, what, Jordin's talking about cannabis, but it's a plant with just water and sunlight.
Yeah, water and sunlight.
That's it.
Water and sunlight, and sometimes little sparkles when you look at it close. When you look at it closely.
It really does.
Okay, so what did you take from your experience of being an NFL wife? Like, what do you carry with you? It could be negative or positive, but it's such an interesting experience, because I know what my mom went through. So yeah. And how that kind of shaped her.
Man, it's difficult. Like, when the media is attacking your spouse, like even the dog feels that. It is hard to, and these are humans. So for me, I learned that athletes get treated like they're machines. Again, if this machine is broken down, we have another machine in stock ready to go. And their performance sometimes has nothing to do with them as a player, but their parent just died, and you don't know that, and it's affecting their production the same way it affects your production at your job whenever you're going through something difficult.
They're just not given the luxury of being able to
at all. They're just kind of not looked at like humans. And then my son will never play football. That's as much as I love the sport.
Same.
Yeah, my son will never. He will not get into the family business. I am so sorry. Yeah,
I feel the same way. DJ was like, I want to play like Poppy, and I said, we can do flag. You want to play flag? And so we've signed him up for some flag football. See how that goes. But I feel the same way. My brother played 5 years in college, and then he got invited to, I think, 3 different combines, and he didn't go. And I remember asking him, so, well, why aren't you going? Like, this is the culmination of everything that you have done. And he was like, well, I want to be able to use this still.
Exactly.
in a few years. I want to still be able to use my brain and be able to do things that I might not be able to do otherwise if I continue to risk my body and my mind. And then I was like, well, I cannot argue with that. Yeah. So I agree. And I think even sometimes my dad, you know, they get excited. They watch football together and all that stuff. But my dad, DJ will say something about wanting to play. And my dad's like, and then he looks at me and I'm like,
no, absolutely not.
And he's like, no. And then he tells him.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and it's hard too because it's so entertaining to watch. It's so entertaining, but at the same time, like I see somebody go down and I'm just like, like my heart stops, you know, no matter who it is.
To this day, cannot watch injuries on the field.
Oh, and when they do the replay, why do they do this to us? Why?
Why must
those.
They do cannot watch those.
Okay. Speaking of, you know, athleticism, Miss Athlete over here. I know that you're all about your fitness and I absolutely admire that about you. You've been running half marathons, you're lifting weights in the garage, you play tennis all the time. What drives you to do that? Is that something that you've always loved, like since you were young?
Gosh, I started playing sports in middle school.
Okay.
But for me, whenever I was going through something exceptionally difficult, I would just pick up my basketball or a volleyball or a tennis racket and go to the park around the corner and just for hours stay there until I felt better. So it just became a part of my life. So, you know, life is difficult raising 2 kids in this economy and by myself. So tennis is one of those things that keeps me happy to the point that my kids are like, man, Mom, when's the last time you played tennis?
You need to get back out there, Mom.
Like, have I been cranky? They're like, yes.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Okay, I'll go play.
That's such a good example, though, to set for them, you know, to have an outlet that really allows you to get out the energy, but also makes you have fun and it also keeps you healthy. So that's a beautiful thing. I have to say, I really, really admire you, Tammy.
Oh,
I really do. You do so much for others and you speak on things that you are passionate about without your voice shaking, you know, even if it feels like it might. You present this strength that I think a lot of people wish they had, and to be doing what you do, because girl, you are busy.
I'm busy.
You are a busy woman and you have these 2 beautiful kids who adore you and they love you, and you're doing it all by yourself. I mean, I know you have a tribe of friends and a family that are with you and love you and adore you, but it's just so beautiful to see you just push through. And I got to give you your flowers because your other flowers and the cannabis flower. I got to give you all the flowers.
Yes, thank you.
Because it's such a beautiful thing to see. Because having children it's such a, I don't even want to call it a job. It's a calling, you know, and it's a gift.
Yeah.
And to manage both things, because we are very similar and we're very ambitious and we have lots of goals and dreams that we want to accomplish. And to do that while raising the next generation without, I mean, I'm sure we have our moments spiraling internally and by ourselves, but to still go out there and just be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And I gotta go pick up. Like yesterday, you were like, sorry, I was lost in pickup. I was like, I get it. I understand. So I just commend you for being you and still continuing to press on, even when things get a little bit crazy. But it's so beautiful, and you're such a beautiful example of when you find something you're passionate about and you really love it, like it just shines through you. Like,
thank you.
You glowing, girl. You are glowing.
The feeling is mutual, especially like with young women today. I'm raising a young woman. And how I carry myself in the world is how I hope she'll carry herself, especially in the age of what women are doing online. And you're also a really good example. So when you come around, even when you're like in the house, just like, you don't even notice you're singing, but they're like, she can sing so good. And it's just nice that she also can look up to you and see you as presenting yourself with respect and being a powerhouse in your own right. So
thank you.
The feeling is mutual. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. See, this is what, man, life should be this way. We need to have people that encourage and lift each other up, even if you don't get to see each other all the time. Because I mean, unfortunately, I wasn't as close with you when
you lived here.
I was here.
Now that you guys are gone, we're like, closer.
Dang it, no. But I'm so grateful. Thank you, babe, over there. Thank you for introducing us.
You.
Oh, he was like, I met another Capricorn and she's just like you. And I was like, really?
Sometimes when he's irritated with me, I'm like, I know it's the Capricorn energy, and also the fact that we kind of stole. I was his friend, but it's like
now we're friends. No, but he's always like, man, you Capricorn. And I'm just like, you love us, okay?
He really does.
Love us. Okay, so Tammy, let me ask you, what's your spark?
Ooh, what's my spark?
Yes. What is the thing that either brings you joy or drives you? Whether, I mean, it could be your kids, it could be cannabis plant, or it could also be like knitting sweaters for cats or something like that.
Right.
But what is your spark?
Ooh, my spark is I love to learn so much, but I also feel right. But I also feel that I have a greater responsibility of teaching what it is that I learn. It's not for me to hoard for my own self-indulgence. Yeah, it's to help people change their lives with this information. So that is my spark.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love to learn too. I mean, we've had these conversations, we know, between books and football and astrology and like life and all the world. Like, it's just so fun to be able to relate. Yeah. It's so lovely to relate. Speaking of the goals and dreams that we have, what's next for Cannabis Cutie? A rebrand, maybe?
Yes, a rebrand, because the social media gods do not like the cannabis word. Period. So I'm going to right. So I'm going to simply the Cutie. Although Instagram won't let me change my handle, it is changed on majority platforms. Okay. And then it's also going to encompass like the sports stuff that I do and all the other things, because I'm beyond just the weed girl in LA who's trying to break the stigma. I love watching football and talking about football and basketball and tennis and books. So I just am ready to kind of show the world more of who I am besides just the advocate with a loud voice.
I want that too, because whatever you got to say, I'm going to listen, because I know that you are going to research and you are going to thoroughly discover whatever it is. Like when we did fantasy last year and you were like, oh, I'll share my notes. I was like, okay. I thought it would be like one note. This woman had 50. How many notes did you have?
I think it was like 50 notes. They were all hyperlinked to each other.
Yes.
It was like notes, a website.
Every team, who was injured, who's on the trading block, what is happening, who they're playing, what's going. And I just was like, it's incredible. Cause like, even though we're super similar, like my brain doesn't work like that. I mean, it does. I guess it does kind of, but in terms of like, I use my notes to do the songwriting. You saw me yesterday. I was like, okay, I'm going to pull up the note and I'm going to do it. And then I was like, oh, that's kind of like what Tammy did, but with the football stuff.
Yes.
But I know that whatever it is that you research and want to share is going to be something that is important and vital for people to know. And we need that, especially when there's so many voice boxes that are speaking.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes the empty drum is the loudest and it's just not really feeding into either learning or growing or evolving. And so I appreciate that about you as well, because I'm like, okay, whatever it is she's got to say, I'm going to listen.
Thank you.
So I think your rebrand is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be great. I don't think you got to worry about anything. And whatever you need from me, girl, I am totally down with you. I do have one more question, because we were talking about how you research and all those things. You're one of the most intelligent people I know.
Oh,
period. No, for real. And I would like to take a peek inside your mindset a little bit. Like, how do you pivot and maneuver and kind of keep yourself elevated? Like, it is a male-dominated industry when you go into a cannabis world and all these places to talk, and you're mostly surrounded by majority men. And even just in, you know, sports and even in music and LA in general, like how do you keep yourself sane? I know you said sports, but in your mind, like what is the thing that you tell yourself?
Oh man, I just believe in myself so much. That's the biggest and most important thing. And when you can believe in yourself thoroughly, other people can see it and they follow suit. If I was walking around very insecure and had a lack mindset about my abilities, other people would also fall in line with that. So really that's what it comes down to, how I treat myself, how I maneuver when I walk into these rooms, and that's what commands respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but when you were speaking, the phrase treat others how you want to be treated popped in my head, but really it's treat yourself how you want to be treated.
Exactly.
Because
you teach people how to treat you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, that's so great. I'm just like, it's so amazing because I feel the same way. Like, I feel that way about my music. Like, if I don't love my songs and I don't believe in my songs, how can I expect anybody else to like them or to want to play them over and over again like I do? So I believe in that mindset 100%.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into a little bit just kind of fun stuff, but I know we talk about relationships a lot.
Yeah.
And how wild and crazy everything is. So I know that it's you're not currently in one.
Right.
But I want to know, especially because, you know, you put it out in the universe.
Right.
What is it that Tammy is looking for? What is Tammy looking for?
Gosh. Someone who can appreciate me and not be intimidated.
Ooh, key.
Yeah, that's a huge one. And knowing that I'm all about them and I'm not interested in anything else out there. And then someone that gives me my space to like read and meditate and like play tennis and do all.
I know Dana is rolling his eyes. He is rolling his eyes back here.
The books, yeah. It could be a contention point in the relationship because I can definitely get lost in a book for all day long.
Same.
So yeah, really somebody that just allows me to be myself and has no judgments about it. I am very odd. I mean, I think most intelligent people are a little odd.
We know too much.
Yeah. So just someone who can appreciate that. And no matter what I look like or what you think about me, I'm probably not that. I don't drink. I don't really party. I just kind of keep it chill. And my ideal date would probably be dinner on a tennis court. Yeah.
Yes.
Or like take me to Barnes and Noble.
Exactly. We were talking about it.
Yeah.
I think a dinner date or a little picnic on the tennis court would just, I can totally see you doing that.
A dream. I would fall in love. Yeah.
A little tennis day you guys play and then refresh yourselves afterwards. Okay. I'm with it. I am totally
Give
with
it
it.
to me.
Give it to me, please. Okay. Well, is there anything else you would like to tell anybody who's listening about yourself?
Yeah. So if you want to learn of all the things that I've talked about, I do have ebooks on my website. I have tons of free content on my blogs. I have a newsletter. If you want to learn, that's one of my passions. Please subscribe and take in some of the information that I'm constantly researching and putting out into the world.
Exactly. What's the website name?
TheCannabisCutie.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Please do. I've definitely got researching heads.
Yes.
I've definitely been on your website and I was like, oh wow, there's like way more on here than I was actually expecting. And it's very, very informational and vital. I'm very excited for you.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you. And I hope you get all the things that you want and dream. And I really want that for you too.
Thank you.
I
appreciate you so much.
Of course.
And I know when you moved, I was like so sad, but honestly, we hang out more. Now that you live across the country. Yeah.
So crazy. Yeah. Please, everybody, if you can, go to thecannabiscutie.com and learn. It is, if you're scared of something, the best thing to do is to research and find out more about it so you can understand it.
Yeah.
I think I don't know.
Is that all?
I think so.
All right.
Is that all?
I think that was incredible.
I mean, I would love to sit here with you all day, all day. Next time you come, we'll talk about our latest books that we're reading.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Little book club.
Actually, one of the things that we have in common that I'm obsessed with is our love for reading and literature and books.
Yes.
And you did tell me about a book that you really, really loved that you read in grad school. Can you please tell everybody about it?
Yes, The Godfather, which I read in grad school at the University of Miami for high performance leadership.
High performance leadership, because this is a high performance leader right here. Okay, we know this. Please tell everybody about the book that you love that you read in grad school and why it affected you so much.
So we had high performance leadership at University of Miami, and my professor. Obviously, we have to learn the different types of leaders, like inspirational. Those are the people that their charisma and just their beliefs and who they are. You'll do anything they ask. And then you have like coercive leaders who rule with an iron fist and they only are able to get people to act because of the threats of whatever could happen to them. So we're learning about all these different types of dynamics in leadership, in group, out group, which are leadership terms. But The Godfather has perfect representations of every single one of these types of leaders in situations that could happen within an organization. So like Don Corleone, he is like literally transformational, does not raise his voice, does not threaten, but people follow and people listen. Versus like a Luca Brasi who's going to rule with an iron fist and you're fearful of what he would do to you. So I've read that book like 5 times.
I love it. I love it.
I read it twice during that course. And then I read it like every year, every other year, because it is just written so well. Mario Puzo really wrote a masterpiece. And I feel like the movie is just like an art display of the book, but the book cannot recommend it more.
Yes. It's now on my list, guys, because she told me this and I was like, okay, I'm putting it on there and I'm going to read it because I love to read too.
Yes.
But I mean, I just think it's so crazy because when you find a book like that and then they make a movie, there's so many pieces that are missing, so many details that you're just like, they missed that. They missed the mark on that.
I tried to watch the movie after I read the book and I turned it off and could not watch it for 5 years.
You're like, no.
Absolutely not.
I'm good. So speaking of leaders, not necessarily the exact ones in the book, but there are a lot of incredible women who are, driving the force for change and different things like that. And who is somebody that you look to when you need a little bit of inspiration or encouragement?
Does it have to be a woman?
No.
Okay. Because this person that I'm going to say is a huge ally of women, has lots of women running his organizations, his companies, and has helped put me into a lot of positions. And that's Snoop Dogg.
Come on, Snoop.
Yeah, he's my mentor. Low key, like my business manager. And, he's been through everything.
Yeah.
And he still is able to walk into a room and command attention and has had such a long career. I mean, it's been every generation on this planet knows who that man is.
Yes.
My kids know who he is. Cannot name any other rapper from the 90s.
No, he's on The Voice now.
Yeah.
So
he's on The Voice. So I would say Snoop Dogg, and that's again because he's an ally to women and he's always putting women in really great positions to succeed, including myself. So I would say him.
I love that. I absolutely love that, especially somebody who is also an ally to us. Like, if you're not going to help lift us up, then what are we doing? I love that. Shout out to Snoop. We love you. Snoop. My dad loves him. Oh my gosh. My dad loves him. There was a time I did Wildin' Out in New York. And Snoop was also a guest on the show when I was.
Okay.
And so we're leaving and obviously we smell Snoop's dressing room.
Yeah. Okay.
And I walk out to go to the car. My dad's like, hold on one second. And I'm like, I kind of have a feeling where this is going. And he comes in a few minutes later and he's like, I can't believe that just happened. I can't. He walked into that dressing room and he had a blast with Snoop Dogg in there. So it was so crazy. But
your dad did tell me this story.
Yes. And he was, I have crossed paths. I've crossed paths with Snoop many times over my career, and he has always been such a kind man to me. Agreed. And so I would agree with that statement for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so something else that we have in common that I think is so funny, but makes a lot of sense is our love for language learning.
Yes.
We're both on Duolingo. Keeping up our streak. I think mine and yours is the highest one that I have.
Okay.
We're at like, how many days?
We're almost at a year for our friendship streak.
Oh my gosh. We're almost at 365 days.
Yeah.
But please tell everybody, if this is something you're willing to share, tell everybody why you've dove in to learning French specifically.
Yeah.
And please tell everybody what level you're on, because it is just, I can't even do.
Okay, yeah. So French, I was learning Spanish actually, which I've been trying to learn my whole life. But I took a couple of French lessons on different apps and just fell in love. And in just under a year, I became fluent in French. Yeah, insane. But
amazing.
it was a great activity for me. I needed a huge distraction in my life.
Yeah.
For this past year, because my mom had gotten sick. So it was like huge. But yeah, I'm like a C1, which is, I'm fluent.
I'm fluent in like short sentences.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, what level are you on?
On
On Duolingo,
French?
sorry. It's like level 68,
85.
70. Oh, 85. 85. Lord have mercy.
But you help me with my French because you'll like text me
Yes.
and then translate it in
I
French
try.
and then send it to me.
I try. I'm like, I have no idea how to say this, but thank God for the translate.
And I love it because it's great practice for me.
I'm doing Spanish, but I understand what you mean about a different language, just being able to connect to it better. Like I was very surprised when I clicked on German and it was like easy for me. I was like, wait, what?
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. So I toggle back and forth now between Spanish and German. Okay. But if I leave on one too long, then I forget the other one. So I got to figure out how to get that better.
Yeah, I toggle between Spanish and French, but French is like, again, that connection. Like, why? How is this so easy? It's such a difficult language, but for me, it really wasn't.
Say something.
Ooh, say something. Say something. Je suis Tammy, je suis ici avec Jordin parce que je parle avec notre vie maintenant. Et, yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
I said, I'm Tammy. I'm here with Jordin to talk about our lives.
Oh my gosh, that sounded so nice.
Thank you.
It's like beautiful. I almost closed my eyes. I think French is such a pretty language. Like I love hearing it be spoken.
It's so beautiful.
I'm glad you're learning it. I'm gonna have to learn because once you're like super fluent, that's all you're gonna be talking in. Exactly. I'm gonna be like, what'd you say?
Do not let me find a French bae. It's over.
Oh, that's the other thing. Hi, requirement: you must know French. Or at least be willing to learn.
Willing to learn.
You gotta be willing to learn it. Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, our streak continues. I have to go do mine today, actually. Thank you so much for sharing that with everybody. And thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you coming. I know we got things to do, girls. So I know this means a lot to me. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for chilling with me today on What's Your Spark and my guest, Tammy Pettigrew. I think what I would take away from our conversation today is if you find something you're passionate about, go for it and speak even if your voice shakes. And to do your research, always, always, always do your research and learn to think for yourself so you can have all the information presented in front of you to make the right choice. As well as find people that are similar to you, that you have lots in common with, because it really makes a cool friendship and for great, deep, meaningful conversations where you can grow and you can learn about yourself. I will see you guys, or actually you'll hear me next week on What's Your Spark. See you then.